Welcome back to the channel, Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at our Kill Team Sector Mechanicus set. It's getting ready to go out of the studio here, and basically we have worked on it in a couple of our previous videos, and sort of gone through and explained some of the stages of painting and everything. And I just wanted to do like a sort of like final video and kind of just show off the little setup and the paint job, paint scheme that we had kind of went with in this video. But before they do that, I just essentially wanted to explain kind of what we were going for. What we started with was our initial kill team board, which is like the 22 by it's like 30 something, 30 I think, 22 by 30 maybe. And then you actually see it sitting on top of a Necromunda board right now that comes from the Dark Uprising starter set, but you can kind of see it poking through on the sides there. But basically, you could use it for either one, but what we were looking for is, like, if you buy the initial Kill Team starter set, a lot of people's complaints is that you don't get enough terrain for, like, the size of the board. So what we did here is we took everything from the initial starter set and then we added in additional terrain to sort of fill it out. And as you can see, it makes for a nice like condensed board. You can also like separate it up and kind of organize it different ways. So you want it to be like a little more like even and separated versus kind of like all the walkways kind of over here on the one side, and then like kind of the more open area over here, you could kind of split it in half so you had like walkways on either side, like kind of spaced out and everything, and then like do it that way. But just for a minute here, while we're kind of taking a look at it, I'm just going to go ahead and shut off these lights, and then we can kind of see like the actual paint job on it. And as you'll see, what we were kind of going for was like sort of like the, I call it like the borderland style like highlights. You still have like your metallics and everything, but then you have like your dark kind of grungy look, and then you have like your bright like almost painted on highlights, sort of to give like a comic book feel to it. It's a really like cool look, obviously, but basically, if we go through, we had done on the whole entire set, like the initial paint job, and you'll see it is still left modular and everything, obviously. But we did the initial paint job, painted it with our base coat first, and then, or I'm sorry, primer first, and then base coated it with like that silver color, and then we went through afterwards and used like a metallic gold sort of copper around there for like the trim on everything. And then after we did that, we went through and gave it like our various washes over like the actual metallics and everything. And then what we did for like the different pieces here that have the color on them, we picked whatever color we were gonna do for those, and we painted in like a nice solid like block in color. And then when we went over with the wash, it kind of like fills everything out and blends it together. And then we went through afterwards and did a second set of the wash like down in here to make it heavier, and in like the actual cracks we want to pronounce. And then we went back through and did like highlights on the actual painted surface, so it kind of like stands out and gives it kind of like that like I said, like the borderlands are kind of like comic book feel. And you can just kind of see a couple of the various pieces as we did it on there. And the idea is to just give it like the dingy, like dirty, kind of beat up look, but still have it be like clearly like painted nice. It's like an intentional, kind of worn out, like beat up look. It's not just like a bad paint job and you just like run with it. I mean, which is cool if that's what you want to do. Um, but the idea is, paint everything nice and then make it look worn down with like different techniques. That way, you really get like the effect that you're going for. It doesn't just look like dirty and sloppy or whatever. And you'll see we did like the same thing for each of the other like pieces here that were colored differently. Like this one obviously has like our blue to it, and you'll see again we had like the nice wash on there, and you can see we went through and painted in like all the highlights to kind of make it stand out. and again it kind of gives it like almost like that comic book type feel, or like that, I say Borderlands because that's what it reminds me of. It's sort of like, that weird kind of like future desert like craziness, and then it's also like the kind of like art, um, in the game itself. But you can see, it's pretty cool looking. And then everything is kept modular, so you could completely swap it out and change it, and build it however you wanted to. Mix it up a little bit if you didn't like something in a certain place or whatever. This is obviously our red right here. This one always comes out like real nice. I'm a big fan of how the reds look. Games Workshop definitely kills it with their reds. But as you can see, that's a pretty cool little set right there too. And yeah, I mean, it came together real nice and everything. Every set we've done is completely different. And I like them all for different reasons, like different sets for different reasons. But this is definitely one of my favorites, if not my favorite, just because like the style and everything, and just some of the different additions that we have put in over time, over some of the previous sets. And I think it really like it complements this board, even though it's sort of a kill team set or whatever. But you could clearly play like Necromunda or kill team, or whatever you wanted on any of these boards. It's just like the size is the only thing obviously that's different. Um, but yeah, I really like the kind of like oily look. Definitely came out very nice. Going to hate to see this one going out. It'd be fun to play on this board, and get some real pictures on it and everything, with some fully painted gangs, and or what gangs in Necromunda, or teams. What do you call them in Kill Team? But yeah, you could see everything is left modular and could be like swapped around, completely changed, altered however you want. And obviously you can see how the paint jobs came out like real awesome. Very much enjoying everything. Yeah, I mean it looks pretty cool. I like all the different colors and everything, how it looks. But really, if you get it just right, it kind of like shows the highlights like extra. Um, like as the colors kind of fade through, all of a sudden you'll see the highlights like stand out real strong in a certain color, or in like a different contrast color, as it goes. So definitely makes for like a really cool effect. And then obviously you could tone it down to like no lights or one light or whatever if you were just playing, or if it was just like getting annoying or something like that. But I do enjoy it like photogenically. It definitely makes for like good still pictures, and also like good little videos. But I don't know. I like all the different colors on it. It definitely brings it out. I do like how the metallic looks. That it's not like overly metallic, because that was the problem that I've had with like some of the sets in the past. You have to kind of break up the metallic, and it works well using like this gold or copper color, but also like the non-metallic colors really make the difference. And that's why with like the big silo and everything, I like to go non-metallic with that. Um, and that gives you a couple pieces that can interact like real well together. And then I think just having like the different common colors as the smaller little tanks, yellow, red, and blue. I think they pretty much like go with everything. So essentially, they'll match like whatever kind of board, whatever kind of style, or whatever kind of army you have. And that's what you're overall going for, is like something that kind of, when you don't focus on it, you want the terrain to all just kind of blend together, which I think it does very well with this board also. But then when you do pay attention to it, like, in a background of a picture, or if you're just taking a look at it up close as you're playing, like you want everything to like look nice, obviously. And that's when you really appreciate all the detail and how cool it really does look. So, and that's the effect we're going for. Obviously the goal with each commission is to exceed like the buyer's, hopes, or expectations or whatever, for the specific job. And so far that's always been not only our goal, but it's always been met. So we look forward to basically topping ourselves on every one of these projects, not only with like skill level but creativity. So this one's getting ready to go out. I'm definitely excited to see it go, and our buyers response and everything. And it's on to the next. We'll have some more fresh content up here for the community, and going to be working on that corpse grinders, how to paint video, and then doing our giveaway very shortly with for the 250 subscribers. Again, I do appreciate all the new subscribers. Keep in mind this channel is very new, so expect big changes and upgrades in quality and overall like content over time. But just give us a little bit of time because we are growing at an extremely fast rate, and at this point in time we're just trying to like keep up. Not only do we have like full-time jobs, but also like YouTube and making videos and editing and all this stuff takes a ton of extra time and work as well. So it's kind of like a full-time job also. And we will be setting up a Patreon shortly in the future with some extra bonuses for those that decide to monetarily support the channel as well, because I know a lot of people have been reaching out about that. So and we do appreciate it. I appreciate the support and all the constructive feedback and criticism, because honestly, like, I don't know exactly what kind of content people are looking for. I don't know exactly what people are interested in. So I only know like what people respond with and let me know. Just keep in mind though that if you do watch some of the older videos, even a month ago, the content and quality is completely different, and also some of the style as well. So I do appreciate all the feedback. We appreciate all the subscribers. If you don't mind giving any of our videos like share and definitely subscribe, like give us a like. It costs you nothing and it really helps us out. I know a lot of people just like watch and see the videos but don't like or subscribe. Like, that's it guys, Warhammer Man Studios. Definitely appreciate all the love lately. I hope you enjoyed this set and the style and the lights and everything. It's going out, and if you're interested in something like this in the future, obviously you can check us out in our eBay store, or contact me directly through Facebook, or any of that good stuff. So appreciate it guys. Have a great day. Warhammer Man Studios signing out.